When oil was first discovered in the heart of the Niger Delta in 1956, little did we know that the impact would be felt beyond Oloibiri. It was less imagined that the discovery would make a nation, light up a country, connect communities, and build up the skylines with towering skyscrapers to announce the economic emancipation of a country. Today, Nigeria prides itself on being one of the largest economies in Africa with an abundance of natural resources. As Africa's biggest oil exporter, Nigeria has the largest natural gas reserves on the continent. Oil in this machine of progress and transformation is the hard grinding input of the Oil Producers Trade Section, OPTS, the umbrella body of indigenous and international upstream oil and gas companies in Nigeria under the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. As Nigeria celebrates its 57th year of independence, OPTS celebrates 55 years of energizing the Nigerian economy. From a little beginning in August 1962 with just 3 members, OPTS has grown into a 27-member industry voice working for a sustainable economic prosperity of Nigeria and its people.
We come together as a group with common interests. Competitors as it is, but in areas that are non-competitive, as an industry group to begin to advocate for issues of common interest, to get together as a group and contribute towards government policy and the making of laws, all for the development of this sector, for the benefit of Nigeria.
The main objective of the group is to strengthen the long-term health of the upstream oil and gas industry in Nigeria by working closely with companies across the entire sector, government and other stakeholders to address critical industry issues in order to continually strengthen the Nigerian economy. OPTS guiding principles include compliance with laws and regulations, business integrity, safety, health and environment, and social responsibility. The operations of OPTS member companies in partnership with the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) generate about 80% of Nigeria's total annual revenue. Its contributions to the economic growth of the country is so significant that its oil and gas revenue accounts for over 90% of export earnings, 83% of the federal revenue, and 35% of GDP. In addition, through taxes, levies, royalties, rents, and licenses, oil-producing companies have contributed tens of billions of dollars to the Nigerian government at all levels. Member companies of OPTS provide significant livelihood to Nigerians through direct employment or indirectly through local contractors and service providers. The industry provides funding for several universities and vocational institutions through scholarships, professorial chairs, infrastructure, donations, and other corporate social investment initiatives.
Seriously. We are very, very mindful of both the social and environmental impact of our business on our communities. So to that extent, OPTS member companies, whether international, indigenous, or even marginal field operators, take interest in investing in CSR activities. The first leg of this, frankly, is what we do for statutory agencies like the NDDC, and what we do as our contributions to the educational funds, educational tax. And if you look at our numbers, over the past 3 years, we have contributed something like $2.5 billion towards the NDDC and the education tax, which is a very significant contribution.
As a body that understands the importance of operating as a corporate social citizen, OPTS member companies have initiated many social investment projects in the Niger Delta region. OPTS currently has the largest portfolio of community development projects and programs within and outside the organized private sector in Nigeria. In the last few decades, members have spent over 200 billion naira on various sustainable projects and granted more than 200,000 scholarships for studies within Nigeria and abroad.
In the area of education, we have been involved in upgrading laboratories and libraries. The University of Uyo, for example, we are heavily involved with the Department of Chemical and Petroleum Engineering, where the upgrade we have done has assisted in the accreditation of the department.
We have a chain of communities, around 6 of them, where there has been very, very active engagement in provision of health facilities, educational infrastructure, potable water. And indeed, in the last couple of years, we have ensured that all our host communities are directly hooked up to the national grid.
These initiatives are spread across the Niger Delta region, catering to over 40 ethnic groups and engaging with a region that speaks over 250 dialects, creating social development projects peculiar to each community. The social investments of member companies are mainly in 4 areas, namely economic empowerment, human capital development, community health, and social infrastructure. Member companies are funding projects in collaboration with non-profit organizations to support communities in boosting agricultural yield, providing seeds, and maximizing the agro-value chain. To increase opportunity for wealth creation in the Niger Delta region, OPTS members invest 15 billion naira annually on community-based enterprises and microcredit schemes. In addition, there is a contractor funding scheme with accessible funds of over $20 billion for local contractors, while members also collaborate with Nigerian financial institutions on project financing and for underwriting of project risk for local support companies. Over 80,000 secondary students and 50,000 undergraduates are presently benefiting from different scholarship schemes offered by OPTS members. The schools also benefit from information technology empowerment programs, while construction of schools and new learning auditoriums is ever ongoing. In addressing critical need areas of the communities they operate, OPTS member companies have invested over $50 million in health facilities, medical equipment and supplies, as well as clinical and public health programs. Over 12 million children have been immunized, and the organization continues to carry out anti-HIV and tuberculosis intervention in the Niger Delta.
When I put my baby to bed and look at her, I feel happy inside. My biggest fear in life was for her. But when we lost our first baby, it tortured me. When I learned I should get tested for HIV, I was very afraid. My mind went blank when I found out the results came back positive. I thought the baby and I were going to die. When the community health worker, that woman that often comes to my village and meets people, first came to my house, I was very nervous as I did not feel proud.
Because of this program, people are now becoming aware. The more women are aware, the more they take their antiretroviral drugs so they can stay healthy. Their children are also staying healthy because of this.
We ensure that a significant chunk of our resources are devoted into providing opportunities across the spectrum of the society. In other words, it should be something that benefits the youth, the women folk, the old, and the total community at large.
We've come a long way on the CSR journey, and it's something that we will continue to do. It's very, very important for our business.
Because OPTS members are citizens of the communities where they operate, it is easy to identify the social infrastructure deficit in the communities. They have therefore provided infrastructure and social investments that have resulted in improved electricity supply, road network, accessible potable water, and other services and facilities to support the daily needs of the communities, including the construction of community centers. Also, some members of the OPTS supported the federal government amnesty initiative by contributing into the $30.3 million fund of the Oil and Gas Industry Foundation (OGIF) Post-Amnesty Initiative. This initiative was a program for reorientation, capacity development, leadership management, and entrepreneurial skills development for ex-militants in the Niger Delta region. The group continues to use innovation and technology to boost oil production in the country, sharing ideas that maximize capacity in the upstream sector. OPTS is fully committed to Nigeria and Nigerians as it continues to increase its investment both in capital and human development. Over 80% of those that work in the sector are Nigerians, and in the coming years, members will be investing another $15 billion to increase gas production in the country.
Our host communities are part and parcel of us, and so we like to keep that going irrespective of the situation. So whatever the circumstance, we try to make appropriate allocation to take care of our CSR responsibilities, because we know they are being happy, we are also happy.
After 55 years, so you've seen many cycles of good times, bad times. And I think that's what puts OPTS in a very, very grand position where they really can see what the response ought to be, no matter how bad the situation is.
Congratulations to us as the OPTS. We've come a long way. 55 years is not a short time. I believe when we started this, the landscape was very much international. Today we have a lot more indigenous players in this space. I believe the future is bright. I believe we have a relationship both with our major partners in NNPC and the government of Nigeria to set up policies and laws that can only enhance the development of this industry for the good of Nigeria, for the good of its people.
Over the years, investment by member companies have positioned Nigeria as one of the fastest growing economies in the world. A viable business destination. An unflinching commitment to growth. And 55 years on, still energizing the Nigerian economy.